It was nice to reminisce. So with that, I'm going to introduce Dr. Shelly Hoover. She is a retired middle school principal and university professor. She has served our country in the United States Navy. When I asked what she would like me to say about her, she said, the first thing she said was, I am a grandmother of 4. So she's a very proud grandma of 4 and wife to her incredible husband, Steve, who is up here with us as well. She is also an advocate and a voice for our community. Shelly was diagnosed with ALS in 2013. She is one of the most articulate, most intelligent, and most incredible people that I have personally ever met. I have only been with this chapter since April, and Shelly has touched my life already in more ways than I could ever explain. So with that, I'm going to hand it off to the person that is best equipped to talk about this disease.
Can you hear me now? What an amazing evening. I tell you, all I feel is love in this room. Love for Quinny, love for the Campos family, and those of us who are living with ALS. So hats off to you all. Give yourself a round of applause. Thank you. We were getting ready this evening, and I went into the living room. I said, Steve, does this wheelchair make me look fat? Yeah. But after that incredible dinner, I'm feeling it now. Just a little about ALS for those who aren't familiar. It's an unusually cruel disease. What it does is the communication between your brain and your muscles, those nerves that tell your muscles what to do, die. And some lose the ability to speak right away or swallow. Mine started in my feet. And then my hands, body. You can tell I either have ALS or I've had a couple drinks, but I have both kinds of ALS, the amyotrophic lateral sclerosis and alcohol lightweight syndrome. So I couldn't drink tonight till after I speak, so I'm excited to try the wine. I'm actually one of the lucky ones, believe it or not, if you can be lucky with ALS. Half the people die within 18 months of diagnosis. I'm blessed. I'm in my 7th year. So, thank you. I just figured God isn't done with me yet, so I've got a little more work to do. You also heard that I'm a veteran. You may have seen the sign coming in that veterans are twice as likely to get ALS than the general population. On the bright side of that, the VA is doing an amazing job taking care of its vets. More vets have died from ALS since the start of the Iraq War, and the number of soldiers and sailors and airmen who have died. So it's, again, hats off to the VA for stepping up and taking care of us. So, there's my clap. I got that much clap left. We'll take it. Just a little on my story, and from what I've heard about Quinny tonight, it confirms that only really funny, good-looking people get ALS. So that still holds true. But I absolutely love life. I live in gratitude. And there is a gift in a fatal diagnosis. And that is stuff that I used to get my panties in a wad or I'd be so upset about isn't even on my radar. And what a gift that is. And what's really important that I've found, and maybe you can capture this gift without ALS, is really it's about looking into the eye of a fellow human being, also made in the image and likeness of Christ, and seeing their love and humanity, and nothing else really matters. It's our family and friends and this group, like this group here tonight. It's why we're here. So about the Ice Bucket Challenge, I have, 90 minutes, Jamie? Is that okay. I'll go quick. Before the Ice Bucket Challenge, people would say, why are you in a wheelchair? And I'd say, oh, I have ALS. And they'll, oh, I'm sorry, I hope you feel better. And now they ask me why I'm in a wheelchair. I'm really lazy. But now when I say I have ALS, like, oh, that ice bucket thing, I remember that. And that acknowledgement and awareness is huge. It led, it's like we see you, we hear your struggle, and we as an amazing country are going to do something about it. So right now there are 3 drugs in the last phase of testing, that in phase 3 testing of the FDA of viable treatments for ALS. 5 years ago we had nothing. So we have hope, we have lots of hope. And with the ALS Association that we're here to support tonight, my journey would be very different without the ALS Association. I couldn't even get a diagnosis from my doctor. I'm falling down, running into walls. It's like I was drinking wine without any of the benefits. And they said, well, you're fine. There's nothing wrong with you. I'm like, I'm falling down. There's something wrong. So after about a year of testing for everything under the sun, I called the ALS Association. I think I have ALS, but my doctor's really dumb. Is there somewhere I can go, I'm kidding, to find out if I have ALS? And within days, I was in a clinic in San Francisco that specializes in ALS that this association supports. So through a grant, I was able to see a specialist, got diagnosed, was able to tap into all my VA benefits. And I still go to that clinic today that is sponsored by the ALS Association. Support groups. As you all know, ALS doesn't just impact individuals. It's an entire family and community who are impacted by the disease. And the ALS Association recognizes and supports the families and community of people through support groups, loan closets, activities. So when I go to an ALS function, I'm not the only one in the big wheelchair. So it's so important to know we're not alone. And also the research that the ALS Association supports. So we'll have that treatment soon rather than later. And I could go on for literally hours about what the ALS Association has done for me and other patients in the Northern California area. So thank you to all of you ladies. You're my heroes for sure. And just finally, what I would like to leave you with is hope, right? And the prophet Jeremiah said that we have hope for a future, and hope in that future, and not to cause harm. And even through this struggle, there's always a bright side, right? I can't use my hands, but I haven't chipped a fingernail in years, right? My manicure lasts weeks. I don't care what my butt looks like in my pants, because I'm always sitting on it. So y'all are worried. I don't have to worry about that. I don't even have to do laundry, so don't be jealous. But I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. I'd like to, for those who didn't know Queenie, I would like to put a face on ALS, so you know that it can happen to anyone you love. But because of amazing people like you and the Campos family and the mission that they're on, we do have hope. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. All right, you're up, Mr. Anderson.